Good to go? Okay. Good morning. This is Susie Mullens, and I'm here talking with Danielle Tarino, who is the president and CEO of Young People in Recovery. And joined with Danielle is Tara Moseley, and she is the National Chapter Director. Thank you all for joining me this morning to share about Young People in Recovery. So we'll start with Danielle. If you would just give us a little overview of what is Young People in Recovery.
Sure. So good morning, and thank you so much for having us. We're really excited to be here. Young People in Recovery, or YPR, as you'll hear us refer to, is a national not-for-profit organization. And our mission is to provide life skills and peer supports to help people recover from substance use disorder and reach their full potential. We sort of have three things we say that we like to do. We have chapters, and 59 chapters across the country right now, actually. We have programs, and we do advocacy work. And I will stop there for more questions.
Great. So how long has Young People in Recovery been in existence?
That's a great question. So this is our 10-year anniversary this year. Young People in Recovery was established many years ago. I'm going to call it lowercase Young People in Recovery. It was just an idea, a dream of a bunch of kids at a government meeting, or a series of government meetings, I should say, that was hosted by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. And from there, our original founders grew it into the not-for-profit that it is today.
Great. Tara, can you tell us a little bit about the chapter component of YPR?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, thank you so much for having us here today. And so for our chapters, they are peer delivered services and mutual aid support systems that are located in communities across the country. And they operate typically by champions in the community who then cultivate volunteers to provide different services and mutual aid support systems. And kind of what that looks like is offering all recovery meetings, which are meetings that are for any pathway of recovery and including allies to come together and help each other support one another in their recovery journeys. We also offer pro-social events to the community that are just fun, positive social experiences for those members of the community that want to participate. And that's for all age groups, and it can be something as small as something like playing cornhole tournaments in the park to something as large as a recovery rally, especially for Recovery Month, for example. And then we also offer workshops that are free and open to the community. Many of our chapters actually go into different providers, different establishments and businesses to offer these different types of workshops, ranging from employment preparedness, financial success, and going back to college, for example, an education workshop. So a lot of variety of different topics.
And so I know that we've talked about developing chapters in West Virginia, and hopefully some folks that will see this video during our Recovery Month events will consider starting a chapter. So what are some of the benefits of a chapter, and what type of support do you all offer for creating those chapters?
So we actually offer, we have a full broad training process that every chapter will undergo. It's around a month, maybe a little over a month, depending on how long it takes for an individual to go through. And also, so every chapter and every community is different. Everybody needs different levels of support. And all of our team in the chapter department, which makes up about 7 people, all recognize, those different challenges that every community faces. So we, offer those different levels of support for those chapters. And all of us kind of help to support one another. And also the chapter, no matter where they're located, they have access to the full chapter network, meaning chapters from all over the country get to work together with other chapters across the country. So it really is peer delivered, peer driven. And then also the chapter team or the chapter coordination team, they also have a very broad experience working as chapter leads, some of us, and then others have other types of different experiences working in different fields. So we really get a chance and opportunity to touch on a wide range of topics for all of our chapters. And as far as like supporting or starting a chapter, it's as easy as going onto our website and applying. Some of the low level things that we really look for are for folks who are already kind of working with and established in their recovery community. That really helps us and helps them to like start their chapter. So if they have a couple of people that would want to help them start the chapter, that's great. That's a great start. It costs nothing to start a chapter. It's absolutely free. You just have to have the passion and the drive to do it. And that's all we look for. And then also, you know, creating that community, you know, and that's all about YPR.
And Danielle, maybe this is a question for you. What sort of things is YPR engaged in with advocacy kind of at the state level? And what do you see in the future? And how would us creating chapters in West Virginia help with that kind of national landscape of advocacy?
Absolutely. So our state and national level conversations are a little bit different. And I think the beauty of starting a chapter, being a part of a chapter and participating in a chapter is that we allow our chapters to be very autonomous in leading the decisions that they make about the types of things that they need to advocate for their community. Because we also believe that you know your community best in the place that you live and what it is that you need to make your community recovery ready so we can make the whole nation recovery ready. And so I would say that it's a broad brush and stroke of things that our chapters focus on across in their advocacy efforts. But if I had to boil it down, I would say that the major policies that we are concerned with, that we go after, that we want to bring to effect recovery ready community change are policies around housing, employment, education for all people in recovery, not just young people in recovery. And then of course at the national level, funding for bona fide peer recovery support services, you know, giving us sort of that long-term continuum of care credit that we believe peer recovery support services and chapters deserve in a person's journey from prevention to treatment to recovery for the long haul. So that's sort of a grand overview of our chapters are relatively autonomous in their decision making about the types of stuff that they take up to the states.
Great. Well, that's really all the questions that I have. Are there any final comments or things that you all want to share about YPR or chapters?
Sure. So you can check us out at youngpeopleinrecovery.org. So all the amazing information that Tara shared about the application process and learning more about our chapters, where they are and what they do, you can find there. Happy Recovery Month. It's always an honor and a privilege to be invited to share during this very important month. And I'll let Tara have the last word.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you so much for having us. And just to echo Danielle, also, if you're on social media, check us out. All of our chapters have groups that's under our national page, Young People in Recovery. And you can actually become a part of the group in your local area, or if there's not one, that's how you know you should apply. And check us out. There's also virtual meetings and events that people can attend just to kind of get a feel for the organization and kind of some of the services that we do. So we would love to have you.
Great. Well, thank you both very much for taking time out of your schedules to talk with us. And this video will be posted on the YouTube page. And thank you and have a great recovery month as well.
Thank you.
Bye.